Hey guys, the 30th anniversary of Pokemon is very, very close. So, Charizard, in a PSA 10 or an Ace 10, this is the gold medal one from the Celebrations UPC. I want to try and maybe get a second one of these, and I was having a look online to try and get the perfect gold metal Charizard. So let's go through what I actually saw. Okay, so here it is, the gold metal Charizard from Celebrations on the 25th anniversary. First off, just look at this swing here. 60 quid, 60 quid, or, 70, $80, whatever. And then it's just, the 30th anniversary is like here. And this thing's just going up and up and up and up. 70 quid, 80 quid, 90 quid, 100 quid, 120. And to buy it raw now, it's £131. So I was thinking, what are the odds for a little bloke like me from Cornwall getting a beautiful, flawless card that I can send off to PSA or ace grading? So obviously, like a normal human, I went straight to eBay. And first off, the ultra premium collection, if you want a chance to try and get a perfect Charizard straight out of the packet, is going for around £1,000. There's been a few more if you look down here, so I've sort of averaged this out a bit. £888, 2046. There's one on for 1800. There's one on for 900 and something. But the average is about £1,000. And with the 30th anniversary, like I say, around the corner, this is just gonna keep going and going and going, in my semi-professional, in my non-professional opinion. So I dove onto eBay. So let's see what raw ones we can find. So this one's from America. He wants $200 for it. And look at that dink there. See it? Right down in that corner. Massive dink. So no chance of a 10, maybe a 7 or 8. Here's another one from America. What we got here? Smudges, dinks. Little scratch there. That's the back like. Massive dink up the corner. Again, 7 or 8. This thing's just this one just highlighted to me that dude, this card's got dinks all over it and scratches. So I'm going to take a picture and put it out on eBay, but I'm going to do it in the worst light I can imagine. So then you go, oh my god, look at that, 250. It looks perfect. You buy it, it's full of scratches. Lighting is everything. This one again, another example. This guy's like, okay, I've got a big ding up the corner, up this left down corner here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crop it square, and then nobody will see it. Look at this, it's just square cropped all the way, like rectangular cropped. So you can't even see corners. And he's got no picture at the back either. And he wants $154. I don't know why all this is in dollars, but just knock 10-20% off. Oh, you've got the English price there, like 150 quid, 155. So this guy again, let's see the front. What chances have we got of getting a PSA 10 or an Ace 10? Big dink right there, up the corner, 2 dinks, bing bing. And the back again, that one goes right through, right over the top. Okay, £148. Again, straight away. This is on top of another metal card. That's not going to do the back any good. This thing, if you look at this card, it just scratches itself. There we go, another little bit of a scratch down there. What's he showing us here? Look at that, ding, ding, ding. And the back, there it is. Yeah, it comes through, big white dot on the back. This guy, 173. Sorry if you can hear the rain in the background. That looks like a big scratch there, or is it photo glare? Let's have a look at the back. Is there pictures of the back? Here we go. Maybe that, I don't know. Have we found a contender? Have we found a contender? It's just that that puts me off. I don't know if that's scratch or light. I think it might be lightning. Lightning. And oh, what's that? What's that? Was that must be reflection as well? But that looks like a dink there. Can you see how it comes along this line, and then it just kind of tucks under a bit there where that lighting's been distorted. So that's a easy pass it again. You have to spend your time looking at these cards to oh, straight away. Bing, PSA 8. What's that? 129 quid. That's actually English. All these dots over the top. I think that's definitely on the card. And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that. That might be lightning. But all these dinks, they look like oxygenation. Is it of the metal? Oxidization is the word. Right down there. That's definitely a ding. Somebody's knocked the paint off there. So that is all I could find on eBay. The either graded 9s, they're graded 10s, or every single card I've seen has got a dink. So if you're lucky enough, heading into the 30th anniversary, to find one which looks perfect on eBay, I would recommend maybe giving it a go. But you've got to make sure there's loads of pictures, the lighting's great, maybe even talk to the guy, try and get more information, more details, more pictures, because you know it is expensive, 150 quid to 250 quid, and if you're going to receive a card with a dink in the corner like that, then you're not going to be very happy, and you're going to send it off for grading it anyway because you're stupid like me. Not saying you're stupid. I'm stupid. I'm the one who just buys cards, and I see a big dink in it, or a big fold, or a scratch, or some whitening, or the corner's not perfect, and I still send it off for grading anyway. And I've just throw £20 down the toilet, and the card comes back at best a 9, and it's still worth the amount I paid for it. So you know you have to be very careful. So what are the prices doing, may I ask? Here we go. This was a few days ago, I think. I can't see a date on there. 22nd September. Chin chin. £1,598. That's in a CGC slab. And that is a perfect 10. Although I'm not very keen on those slabs. Look a bit boring when you compare it to 8 grading. Although it's a tiny bit better than the PSA. I think the PSA is just more recognizable and everyone just jumps on it, and this is why. So PSA 10, this was put on for $8,499 and received just about $1,000 less he actually sold this item for. So that's 5,537 British pounds. Now we've still got how many months left until the 25th anniversary? Just under a year, 10 months, is it? And this thing's already going for $5,500 in a PSA. Obviously, ace slabs are, some ace cards do better than the PSA, but this Charizard is less. So this Charizard last sold in an ace slab was 998 quid or 970 quid. That's pounds. Quid is a pound. So we're still heading towards the 30th anniversary. Have I said that? I don't know if I've said that. So there we are, guys. This thing's going for £1,000 on average. You know, it's a significant financial gamble if you wanted to get a ace or PSA graded 10 metal card. There's also the Pikachu inside of this box, but that's not going off. That's not popping off as much as the Charizard. So you could end up spending thousands to thousands of pounds and still end up with a card that has noticeable flaws because obviously you can't see inside of the box, making getting a PSA 10 or an Ace 10 an exclusive and uncertain amount. Just go and check the pop reports out. You know, I think Ace, the last pop report in the 10s for Ace is just like 14 cards in the whole of the world. You know, not all the world, but America sends cards over here. England are grading cards like they're going out of fashion, and they've only got 14 10s. Buying a copy with clear pictures of its condition is a more transparent, albeit challenging path to obtaining a perfect, flawless 10. So there we are, guys. My hunt to get a second Charizard at 10 has hit a brick wall. Basically, I either pay £1,000 and get the UPC and gamble that £1,000 straight away, and the card could come out looking like crap, or I can scale through eBay and every single one's got a scratch, a dink. My only real chance is to come across this in a card shop or a card party or something and see it in person and inspect it in person before I buy it and try and get it for about 200 quid. Now this one I brought from a company called, what was it called? Geek Retreat. This was in Truro. This one cost me about 120 quid, I think. I'm talking about 4 years back now. I brought this 4 years back, put it in a binder, and then I graded it a few weeks ago. So I'm going to hold on to this. I did put it on eBay and I put it on for like, I don't know, £3,000, and it got like 1,000 or 4,000, maybe 4,000 views and like 100 watches or something. So the potential to get £3,000 to £5,000 out of this card, I think, is there. The last one sold at 998 in the Ace Lab and over £5,000 in the PSA. So I'm going to wait a few more months, maybe 6 months. Let the 30th anniversary tick closer and closer and closer. Get Mega Evolutions out of the way. And then I'm going to put it onto eBay. As nice as it is to hold this Charizard card and to have it part of my PC, it's really cool. It's a bit of a showstopper. Folk come in and see it and go, oh, that's cool. It's still, if it's going to sell for £4,000, guys, I'm going to sell it at £4,000. I like cards. I like Pokemon. I like One Piece. I like Gundam. You know, I like all this. Lorcan is a bit shit, but I like it all. But if it's going to be £5,000, I can do a lot with £5,000. You know, I'm not saying it's going to go for 5,000, but if it's going to go, it's going to go. That little Eevee I found this on the floor in me in my cupboard. That's the, I don't know where that's from anyway. Anyway, so that's my little snippet of information, my little rant about prices or whatever. What's this thing stuck to me sock? There he is. So yeah, that's my little rant. And talking of Mega Evolutions, have you ever seen Garchomp evolve?
Now, Garchomp, Mega Evolve! Both keystones are simultaneously affecting Garchomp. They're both trying to get it to Mega Evolve.
And guys, just a bit of a side note. If you have got this secret box or this Neo upper energy, just take a look. Look at this eBay. What set was this from? I forgot. Twilight Masquerade. If you've got like 5-6 secret boxes knocking around, you've potentially got 50 quid. And the other one was the Neo upper energy, which again is knocking around £10, which is going to be what, $12, $13, $14, whatever. So if you got a pile of these A specs knocking around, go and trade them in, get yourself some good cards. So that's pretty much all from Cornwall Card House today. Thanks for watching. Did you know I had glasses on under here? Because I can't see the damn screen because I'm getting old. Where am I? What?